What does a woman truly feel when you're not around? Is she thinking about you, missing your presence, or has your absence created space for someone else? It's a question many men silently wonder, especially when you're unsure where things stand. When you first go silent or step away, whether intentionally or not, the first feeling a woman experiences is usually confusion. Not because she's needy, but because women are wired to notice patterns. Your calls, your messages, your presence, all formed a rhythm. And now, that rhythm has stopped. At first, she tells herself, maybe he's busy. Then she starts to wonder, did I say something? And that's when the emotional current begins. This phase is silent, but powerful. She's thinking, not always showing. When your presence disappears, her mind doesn't go blank. It fills in the blanks. She starts replaying past conversations. She rereads your old texts. She overanalyzes the last few moments together. This isn't a drama. This is emotional processing. Women feel more intensely in emotional spaces, especially in uncertainty. If there was any emotional bond, even subtle, your absence triggers longing. She doesn't want to admit it. She may distract herself, scroll endlessly, or even post pictures looking extra happy. But deep down, she feels the void. Here's the thing. Absence creates contrast. When you're not around, she compares everything else to you. Your voice, your presence, your energy now feels rare, even precious. And that's where emotional attraction starts to intensify. During your absence, she may not text, "I miss you," directly. But watch for subtle signs. She replies to your stories after days of silence. She randomly likes old posts. She asks mutual friends about you. She drops a, "Hey, just checking in." These are emotional feelers. Not because she's weak, but because she's unsure if she still has your emotional space. And if you don't respond, that leads to the next phase. Now, here's where it gets tricky. If your absence continues without clarity or reassurance, her feelings begin to armor up. She tells herself, "I don't care." She convinces herself, "Maybe he wasn't that into me." This is not because her feelings are gone. It's a defense mechanism. To feel rejected, unseen, or emotionally abandoned, especially without closure, is painful. So she numbs it. That's why sometimes it feels like she moved on quickly. But most times, that's just the surface. If you have a strong emotional bond with her, any new guy she talks to will be held to your standard, consciously or not. Suddenly, his jokes don't hit the same level. His voice doesn't feel as comforting. His presence doesn't excite her the way yours did. This is the silent war no one sees. She's comparing others to the emotional imprint you left behind. Absence doesn't always push her away. Sometimes, it makes her realize what she truly felt. As more time passes, she begins to reflect not just on you, but on herself. Did she come on too strong? Did she ignore her feelings? Did she push you away without meaning to? This phase is where growth or regret happens. If the connection was real, she begins to understand her emotions better. If it was just infatuation, this phase often ends the illusion. Either way, this space builds maturity, and maturity deepens the bond if reconnection happens. Eventually, she reaches a crossroad. Either she seeks closure, trying to emotionally close the book, or she stays curious, wondering if there's a chapter left to write. What makes the difference? The depth of connection. How you handled your absence. Whether she felt seen and valued before the silence. If she still holds curiosity, there's a window, but only if you return as a better version, not just the same man who disappeared. Your absence doesn't just create distance, it reveals depth. A woman's emotional reaction during your absence shows how deeply she felt, how real the connection was, and how she values emotional intimacy. Sometimes, your silence makes more noise than your words. But remember, absence without intention breeds confusion. Absence with purpose builds magnetism. So if you ever pull away, make sure it's to grow, not to play games. Because real women feel, and they remember how you made them feel, in your presence and your absence. She might not say it, but when you're gone, her heart notices. If you've ever doubted your impact, just know, when a woman feels something real, your absence is never quiet. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more emotional insights into love, connection, and becoming a high-value man.